So there is a possibility that we are going to be getting the Gold Pride cards. And I'm going to be giving you everything you need to know about Gold Pride and if you should pick up the strategy. Personally, I think if you already have a certain strategy that I'm going to talk about, then it'll be a decent investment. But if not, it may be a little bit too much. Let's jump on it. Gold Pride monsters are built a couple of different ways. The first thing is that you can summon them to your side of the field if your life points are lower than your opponent's. The second is that they often allow you to be able to perform a certain action. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the most important cards. There's not a lot, and I'm assuming all of them are coming into the pack. The most important Gold Pride card is probably Gold Pride Leon. Now, Leon can summon itself like any other Gold Pride that I've said before when you have your life points are lower than your opponent's, but it also allows you to special summon a Gold Pride monster from your graveyard to your side of the field. It even gives you another effect that allows you to synchro summon on your opponent's turn. This card is really, really important and actually is crazy for the deck. Next is gonna be our Gold Pride Captain Carry. Captain them up, chat. This allows you to search Gold Pride trap cards, and when it's sent to the graveyard, it can give monsters more attack by banishing cards. It's pretty cool, and oftentimes you'll play 1 to 2 because the trap card is really important. These are the lower level Gold Pride monsters and are really important for the deck. Overall, they are what help makes the deck function, and the important thing is that they're level 3 monsters, so it does come up for a lot of situations. One of the best cards that actually transforms the deck is Gold Pride Rollerballer. Like the other Gold Pride monsters, of course, it can summon itself by having lower life points, but this card allows you to fusion summon. It's crazy. The reason why this card is so important is because you can easily special summon a level 5 monster to your side of the field, which can give you some crazy synchro plays if you mix it with some of your other level 3 tuners, or you can just use them to synchro summon. And the worst Gold Pride monster is Nitro Head. To be honest, I don't even know why Nitro Head exists. It does give your opponent a token and then can destroy cards adjacent to the token, but it's just such a clunky card. A lot of times you're only going to play a maximum of 1 to 0. It's a weird card. So you could play the Gold Pride deck as pure, guys, but it's probably better that you play it inside of Punk. And the reason why I say this is because Punk is a deck consistent of level 3 monsters that are easy to summon, so they work really well with the Gold Pride monsters. You can use your Punk monsters to be able to synchro summon into 6, to exceed summon into 3, and to synchro into 8 with other level 5 monsters. But also, like I said, Deer Note and Rollerballer are easy to summon level 5 monsters that you can use to synchro 8. Nitro Head is ironically level 8, so you can use it with your Punk monsters to synchro 11. But overall, the Gold Pride and the Punk monsters, they mix together really well and open up a plethora of options, especially since the Punk cards naturally put you low in life points. Now, some of the important extra deck cards. Gold Pride Chariot Carry. So one thing I want to talk to you guys about that's important about the Gold Pride extra deck cards is that during the end of the turn, they shuffle themselves back into the deck, and then they normally summon a Gold Pride monster to replace themselves. One of the most important ones for consistency reasons is Gold Pride Captain Carry. It allows you to be able to search any spell card and then send a Gold Pride card from your deck to the graveyard. It also can bring back Captain Carry from the deck or graveyard. Then there's Gold Pride Pinballer. This card's really, really good. When it is fusion summoned, you can target monsters on your opponent's side of the field and turn them into equipped spell cards. Your opponent can't even activate monster effects in response if your life points are lower. So in this particular situation, you're going to get a monster through Captain Carry to make your deck a lot more consistent and give you other play lines. Keep in mind, I said that the deck is built on level 3 monsters, and since the Punk monsters are too, it's really easy to summon Captain Carry, but you also get Pinballer, which can snatch your opponent's monsters on your opponent's turn, thanks to Rollerballer being able to fuse at that time. I would say that Star Leon and Nitro Blaster are important, but they're not really. Star Leon does allow you to destroy cards on your opponent's side of the field, but oftentimes you'll be synchro summoning into a different monster or summoning Pinballer. And Nitro Blaster, not a lot of people play Nitro Blaster. With the Gold Pride spell and trap cards, they all seem pretty good, but the only one that really stands out is Better Luck Next Time. It allows you to search any Gold Pride monster from your deck to your hand. So essentially, after you use your Punk card effects, all of your gold pride monsters become extenders, and this card can get you into your extenders. It also gives you the added benefit of your gold pride extra deck monsters allowing you to draw a card, so it gives you advantage. Gold pride, the Crowd Goes Wild, is a card that players often experiment with, but they normally don't play a lot. It does give you a gold pride monster with a different name to your hand and a free special summon, and you get to take damage. It seems really good, but once you start to realize how consistent this deck is, you really don't need it. Gold pride that came out of nowhere may seem really bad because it gives your opponent a special summon, but it could be pretty useful, especially if you're summoning monsters like Pinballer. So there's that, but often not played. And lastly, I'm just going to skip the other gold pride trap card because nobody plays it. Gold pride Start Your Engine is kind of good. It allows you to destroy your opponent's monster that was normal summoned or special summoned. Then you get to special summon one of the 3 random gold pride monsters you pick from your deck. If you pick 3 of all 1 gold pride monster, well, I mean, guess what you get to summon. All right, guys, I know that this isn't really going to be for Master Duel because Finra's at 1 and nobody plays Book of Eclipse, but I'm going to show you guys a quick build of gold pride Punk. This is a decent build that you guys can use as a basis or whatever you want to. So what you normally want to do is you want to start off with your Punk line, summoning monsters like Punk Z-Amin. And then even if your Z-Amin does get negated, let's say if my opponent does use something like Infinite Impermanence, it allows me to be able to continue to play because now since my life points are lower, I can just special summon out Gold Pride Leon, turn it into a Captain Carry, and then I can use Captain Carry to continue on my plays. We can add the Better Luck Next Time, and then send 1 gold pride since our life points are lower. I normally send the Nitro Head just to get that out. I've already used Leon's effect to summon, so I probably can't use its other effect. We can then add the Captain Carry. We can then activate the Captain Carry. We can then use the Captain Carry to be able to get our Start Your Engines. So as you can see, I could have went through my entire Punk line, but if I did get negated, I still have the ability to fuse on my opponent's turn into a Roller Baller, and I also still have Start Your Engines to be able to disrupt another one of their normal summons or special summons. And then even during the end phase, let's set, we can use the effect of Captain Carry. We'll return it. It would summon Carry if I didn't have it, but I'll be able to draw a card. So this deck is really good at being able to play through interruptions, but also still be able to get advantage through draw cards. All right, so the big combo for this deck actually starts off as a Punk combo and then it develops into something really cool. It really just requires Punk Z-Amin or Punk Foxy Tune and a card to discard. What you'll start off is you'll use your Z-Amin to search Foxy Tune or use Foxy Tune to search Z-Amin. It doesn't matter, or summon Z-Amin. And then you're going to use Foxy Tune's effect to be able to special summon a Punk monster from your deck. You'll discard the other card from your hand to be able to summon out Shirakusai. You'll then use the effect of Shirakusai to be able to fusion summon into Rising Carp. From here, you'll use the effect of Rising Carp to be able to summon Punk Deer Note and Punk Wagon. You'll then use Punk Wagon's effect to be able to add the Filled spell, Extreme Sessions. Use the effect of Extreme Sessions, and then you'll Synchro Summon. So, Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon, will be banned, and that's what people used Punk to power into a lot. But it actually does have a really, really powerful synchro monster in itself called Punk Jam Dragon Drive. Now, you can do this a whole bunch of different ways. I'm going to show you the way that I was doing it at the time I stopped playing this deck. I'll use Deer Note's effect as Chainlink 1 to special summon a level 3 monster from my graveyard to my side of the field. My choice is Shirakusai. And then as my Chainlink 2, I'll use Jam Dragon Drive to send Punk Virtual World Nyan Nyan to the graveyard. So we'll summon out the Shirakusai. And since I did summon a level 3 monster, I can summon out the Nyan Nyan, which I think is really cool because I can also draw a card too because of that, right? I think that this route is really cool because in this particular situation, you can use Nyan Nyan's effect to return a banished card, but it also just allows you to summon a card out of the graveyard. A lot of people will play cards like Psychic Tracker or Psychic Wielder, and that's also cool too, because this can just search the Psychic Tracker and then summon itself to the side of the field instead of you having to do this to summon these. I think either one is fine. From here, we're going to actually start summoning our Gold Pride cards, so we can make Captain Carry here. Then we'll use Captain Carry's effect. We will detach the Nan Nan here. Now the Nan Nan can be summoned again on the next turn. I can summon a level 3 monster, which is really synergistic with the deck. And then we can send a Gold Pride monster from the deck to the graveyard. We can send Rollerballer. We can activate Better Luck next time, then use Better Luck next time to be able to add Gold Pride Leon. And since our life points are lower than our opponents, we can use Leon to summon itself to the field. Then Leon's effect to be able to summon out Rollerballer. And then we'll end our turn. We will return the Captain Carry. That summons out the Gold Pride Chariot. It summons out the Captain Carry. And now we can use the Captain Carry to search and the Gold Pride Better Luck next time to draw. So with just 2 cards in hand, we actually have a really interesting board here. We have Captain or Gold Pride Leon that can synchro summon into a level 8 monster, a level 11 monster. We can also synchro summon into a level 6 monster, which would be your Star Leon. We also have the ability to fusion summon with Rollerballer, so that can summon out our Pinballer to be able to snatch our opponent's cards. We have 3 cards in hand for follow-up, or I'm sorry, we have 6 cards in hand because we still would have 3 other cards in hand. So there's so many unlimited possibilities that you can do with this deck, and it shows you how much you can do with this deck depending on your situation. If I had more cards, the board actually could have been a lot stronger. But that's all that I have for Gold Pride Punk. I think that the deck is really solid. I'm excited to see what it has to do in Master Duel. And of course, let me know down below in the comment section if you guys think some other things as well.